Hello and welcome to the Brothers Grimm channel. Today I will be reading from the World of Cyberpunk 2077 book that we got. It contains all the lore, I think, from the game. So I'll be reading through maybe the whole book. I mean, I will read it on my own time, but I thought I'll make a video here of the introduction. And if that is something you guys are interested in, and you want me to read through the whole thing and post it, I will do that. So make sure to leave a comment, a like, and just let me know if you would like me to make videos on the whole book, reading through the whole thing. And if not, I'll just post the ones that I find the most interesting. But yeah, we'll start with the introduction. Okay, it says, "We live in a dystopian world, my friends, filled with crime, corruption, and poverty ruled by mighty, power-hungry corporations and heartless, brutal governments. Each year, we're facing another global crisis, and each day, we're forced to face the consequences of the previous ones. The corporate-backed mass media like N54 or WNS are feeding society with bland, easy-to-digest pap of processed news, brainwashing programs, and commercials enforcing the ever-popular trend to buy more and think less. They do this because it's easier to control and manipulate the ignorant, uneducated sheeple than those that are educated, well-informed, and unaware of the world around them. And yet, you're here because you don't want to be another mindless sheep, aren't you? In our reality, there is a huge need for free media. There are dozens of indie news stations and information sites, and the first step to independent thought is to seek them out. We, the Night City Inquirer, are one such site. You don't see our advertisements on the displays downtown, but we're here, maintaining our ever-moving website on the net. We're not some clueless rebels straining for influence against major corporations. We just present you news, essays, and stories from the real world, showing things as they are without the corporate bias and icing on the top. We're collaborating with courageous independent writers, correspondents, investigative journalists, and experts in various fields to provide you with real information, giving you an opportunity to think for yourself and to motivate you to search for further genuine info. Because in today's world, knowledge and the ability to distinguish truth from fake news are the real superpowers. Do the big companies try to shut us down? Occasionally. But in most cases, they don't pay much attention to us. We don't affect their ratings, and they have bigger fish to fry, mostly fighting each other. Most of our info isn't restricted anyway. It's just that this kind of info is omitted, hushed, or unpopular because it isn't in line with the corporation's interests. Have you heard that Petrochem recently lost 2 trials at the Supreme Court in Spain? that NetWatch was nearly kicked out of Australia and Militech-backed mercenaries were forced to withdraw from Iceland after the joint military intervention by the Scandinavian countries. These are the facts, but you won't hear it in the news. At least not from the corporate-controlled media in Night City. The fact that we're not at war with the corporations doesn't mean that we're not writing stories big enough to make their CEOs shudder. That's why we're careful and protective of our associates and collaborators. Some of them are top-notch news reporters who write for us under fake names, hiding their identities so as not to lose their jobs or lives. We value the privacy of our contacts too. You can provide us with some authentic, interesting material without fear that your identity will be divulged to the public. So why this form? Why text? Have you ever wondered why nomads speak in such a strange, often overly sophisticated way? That's because their mobile homeschooling system forces them to actually read, not simply watch the news. We strongly believe that the excess of modern technology's harms our interpersonal communication, affecting our relationships and communities. Plugging yourself into the feeder makes you vulnerable to intrusive commercials and pushy propaganda. Reading long-form text is a dying ability in our modern world. So to prevent the extinction of the written word, we've elected to support the form at our website. Okay, we know that not everyone has time to read nowadays, so we also have voiceover versions of our articles available to download. Thanks for reading this far. Feel free to visit our archives and browse the latest materials and essays that will give you a glimpse of the world as it is. The editor. Okay, that's it for the introduction. Thanks for watching. If you watched the whole way through, remember to leave a comment if you want me to keep reading this. The next one I think I will do is chapter 1, the modern world. So stay tuned for that. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe.